And we should have a rash of excitement now as this night unfolds, with far and away the NBA's most exciting player and a young but somewhat effective supporting cast this year, as the Bulls are right around the 500 mark. Cliff Robinson will grab Tim McCormick's tap and we get it going here. Jim Paxson guarding Mo Cheeks. Jordan is guarding Andrew Toney. Barkley gets the ball down low and it's all over. Now you see Jordan with it. Andrew Toney has the unenviable chore tonight of trying to hang tough with this man right here.
And there's no way that you're going to stop Michael Jordan one-on-one. There isn't a player in the league can do that. Andrew, of course, will have help.
Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley. I'll get it right.
Well, you got both the guys that are going to be doing all the rebounding.
Here's Sellers wide open.
Brad Sellers from Jordan.
So the Bulls go on top 4-2. Oakley really came on last year when the Bulls ran into some real severe injury problems. He got a lot of playing time. They really found out how good he was. February and March, he came on. Toney moving on Jordan and a bump foul there, and Michael Jordan commits his first foul.
And this could be interesting. Maybe Andrew will be able to put enough pressure on Michael to make him a little bit tired, so he won't be able to play so much offense.
Here we go again. They isolate once more for Andrew. He goes left and right and gets the basket.
For Kansas, but very effective.
Sellers out of Ohio State. They've used him at center somewhat this year. They're going at him at forward right now. Barkley and Oakley. Sounds like a comedy team. No fun there, though, as Charles battles his way through the Bulls and nails one again. Paxson has one turnover for 76 minutes of playing time. Think about that. Barkley again, and Sellers helps out and comes up with a block and steal.
We were talking about Barkley. They will double team him when he's out on the wing and puts the ball on the floor. They feel that if they can force him to the middle, and once he puts it down, bring somebody in there and don't let him use that spin move. That's the whole strategy Doug has with Barkley. In the post-up area, he'll just go one-on-one with Oakley playing.
It's going to be tough figuring out who the foul's on. Both Oakley and Barkley wear the same number. 34. Robinson misses the jam, but there's Charles with the rebound, the follow-up, and he's fouled. 6 points for Charles Barkley.
His first, team third.
Charles is just such a vicious rebounder. He gets such great position in there. You can see he also gets by with a shove, which also helps.
Sellers with a personal foul. Michael Brown, big number 17, 250 pounds, as Jordan fires away from just inside the three-point range. I couldn't even get Michael Brown into the game before Jordan fired away. Brown guarding Cliff Robinson as Oakley picked up his second foul. Oakley and Sellers each with 2 fouls for the Bulls. Barkley another rebound over Banks as he works in traffic. And a 3-second violation. Looked like Charles worked his way to a good shot there, but passed it up, and in so doing, cost the team a turnover as the Sixers called for 3 seconds.
Michael Brown is coming off the best game he's had as a pro, 17 points. He finally got a chance to play. Doug Collins likes him.
Jordan with the quick turnaround off the baseline pick. Robinson fought for in there, and down goes Barkley and Brown. Boy, that's a lot of beef hitting the deck. Here's Jordan. Got a ball.
What a move, what a move. Just has that ability to shoot that ball up on the board. Great athlete. That's a hard play to defend when you work off that screen. You got to give help from the guy that sets the screen, the defensive player.
Barkley on, or Banks on Barkley. Here's Andrew Toney, no. Whoa, that ball looked like it was tapped out of the cylinder there. No call. Jordan the pass. And Michael Brown, the shot, and the Sixers want a timeout while they argue with Bennett Salvatore.
So that's why everyone was booing. But now watch this bounce pass. Just an absolutely perfect pass to be able to go right between the two defenders there. And of course, Brown is able to finish the play off, but just an absolutely perfect pass on the money. Some players, when they throw that pass, they have a tendency to throw it too low to the ground, and the ball will skip on him. Michael Jordan, being the complete player that he is, can really do anything he wants with the basketball.
Double team on Barkley, the open man McCormick the other side, and he has it poked away. And Jordan now on a 1-on-3 breakaway. Let's see what he does with it. Corzine left alone. Corzine will rarely miss that shot. Sealed by Corzine. 2:45 left to go, opening quarter. As Corzine takes the pass, goes in on Tim McCormick. Rebound Barkley. Cheeks, no. Barkley has it poked away. Here's Robinson with it, and down it goes. 10 points now for Cliff Robinson.
And good passing on the inside. Outstanding passing.
And it's a 5-point Chicago lead. Jordan didn't waste any time going to the hoop that time, and he draws the foul. He got over there. You know, he's so used to being double-teamed, Gene, I guess, that he's perfected a move now where he'll just about is shooting the moment he touches the ball.
And that didn't look like much of a move, did it? You know, with that quick head fake, but when he got up in the air, there was nobody there.
He does get to places where other guys can't jump to, that's for sure. You know, he only scored an average of 13 points a game in college. And the
Dean Smith, yeah, I know.
You know the joke? You tell the joke.
Well, it goes something like, you know, how can you be the greatest coach? How does it go?
It goes that the only guy ever to hold Michael Jordan under 20 points a game was Dean Smith.
One thing about Dean Smith, though, we don't want to give people the wrong impression. He does play a lot of players.
And he wins a lot of games.
But over the years, Dean Smith has had the best talent, I would say, of any coach in basketball.
We've certainly seen a few pass through here. Billy Cunningham and Bobby Jones for 2.
Oh, I heard Billy Cunningham. He was being interviewed the other day. He said he was being compared to someone from North Carolina.
Cheeks helping out that time, saved Jordan from penetrating. Now he forces him into a fall away, and that's good defense by the Sixers. And Cheeks beating the Bulls down the floor.
That was good defense by Andrew Toney on that last possession.
Now Gene Banks is going to go straight up with it. He's short. Cliff Robinson again, and a nice little move.
We've talked about this before, Jim, and the value of a Charles Barkley, or anyone for all that matters, a player who is able to rebound the basketball. Now watch Charles run by people. See, he's already beaten 2 players, so that's what gives you the advantage on the fast break. It's strictly a numbers game on the break. If you have one player that can beat 2 players, now you're off to the races. So it is such an asset to be able to take that ball out and run it on the break. The classic player we have in the league, of course, is Magic Johnson, who does it often. He is the Laker fast break.
Let's have a look at tonight's toughest matchup. Andrew Toney, but he'll get some help from Mo Cheeks when he needs it here.
All right. For all the young people that are watching, what Andrew did there was he moved his feet. Thus, he was able to have position on Michael Jordan at all times, and he stayed right with him by moving his feet. He didn't reach in and try to play defense with his hands. He was playing defense with his feet, and that's what you have to do. Position him and force him into a bad shot. Oakley, excellent offensive rebounder, but he's not a leaper. And so what happens when Oakley rebounds on the boards, a lot of offensive boards, you'll see him get the shot blocked. There's a big difference when Charles gets it off the boards because he has such leaping ability. And a finish.
Devastating finish. He's leading the league in field goal percentage with those finishes. And there goes that Oakley into position. He wants the ball desperately. Roy Hinson on him. Jordan around the little mini screen there and off the glass again.
Just a little head fake. You know, he just showed him a little quickness.
29-26, the Bulls. Jordan way outside. He misses at the buzzer. And so at the end of the first 12 minutes, the Chicago Bulls 29 and the Sixers 26. And here comes World B. Free into the game, and maybe the significance of that is that this is the first time World's played in 2 games.
Well, the significance is that World has really had some great games, great shootouts with Michael Jordan. He's a player that will make Michael Jordan work on the defense.
Here they go. Jordan goes around, left, up, and almost gets an incredible shot.
But as you said, Jim, the problem is World has not played, so how sharp he'll be, we don't know. But
both World and Steve Coulter have sat out the last 2 Sixer games as Matty Gukas has developed renewed confidence in Andrew Toney.
See, when you're a player like Jordan, we just saw him post up there. He can do whatever he wants in the post. He can take it to the baseline, take it to the right. And the same thing out on the floor. The guy can shoot from the outside, takes it to the right or to the left. He's just has all the skills that you need.
World B misfires. Barkley can't control the rebound. Julius Erving, you saw him on the bench, and that probably more than anything accounts for the reason World B. Free getting some early playing time here. Here's a misfire underneath intended for Robinson. The Bulls again. And there's one, a bad pass this time by Jordan, as that one did skip. Took a funny little slide there, and out of bounds it went. Well, he's human. Free takes it in another couple of strides. Little head fake on the jump shot, and then another dribble, and World B has his first field goal. And he's guarding Michael Jordan now. Jordan goes right around on him and a miss. Charles, 3-point shot. Hinson. Free just a little short with it. Hinson picks up the loose ball in there and lays it home. A lucky bounce, but the Sixers will take it. And they're back to within 5. 35-39, 45 to go, first half. Michael Brown the miss. Barkley banks on him, and Charles is fouled by Gene Banks.
Personal foul, Gene Banks, his first.
Now this is interesting. This is a new player in the game. The Bulls just picked up this Harry Young, so he's getting his baptism right away.
Yeah, they rescued him from the Wyoming Wildcatters of the CBA. He played for Virginia Tech with Del Curry. And then went on to the CBA and now called up here by the Bulls. One of the Bulls' injuries that they've had to replace is Dale Freet with an injured finger. And Elston Turner has been hobbled by thigh problems.
I was about to say, too, with these new players in the lineup, this seems like it would be a time the Sixers could make a move just as the Bulls just hit the last 2 shots.
Barkley following up the Mo Cheeks drive. 12 points for Barkley. Corzine looking like Methuselah down there.
Wait, I tell Dave that. Methuselah.
Give me a head start before you tell him. Freno Barkley had a battle through the pack to get the rebound, and the foul called on the youngster Perry Young, as Andrew Toney and Tim McCormick are in now for the Sixers. And a technical foul called, and you called that. You knew.
Technical foul has been assessed to Sixer coach
Matty Gukas and his former college teammate, Billy Oakes.
I called that before the game.
Invariably, we'll have a little jawing session during a game, and I think Billy Oakes, who wants to, show that he's not partial to his former teammate, there are actually two teammates there, Jimmy Lynam and Matt Gukas. He calls that technical. I'd like to. Harvey Pollack probably knows this, but Harvey probably has a record of how many technicals Oakes has called on Gukas.
I mean, it's automatic, isn't it?
He's going to make up for lost time. Jordan's been quiet so far, but don't let that deceive you. At a certain point, he'll just decide he's going to take this game over.
Charles Oakley.
Oakley cleaning up inside, gets his third bucket. Toney, no. Barkley trying to rebound over Oakley, commits the foul, reaching in.
Loose ball foul, Charles Barkley.
Oakley is not going to be intimidated in there. He returned an elbow in the direction of Charles. Sixers can't seem to close the gap now. 47-41, the Bulls with the lead and the ball. A little round of applause for David Wingate, who comes to the scorer's table. Barkley, did he get the rebound? He tapped it sort of to himself. And Charles taking it end to end. Charles is going to eliminate the outlet pass from the game of basketball.
On this last play, Jim, on the... We'll take a look at what happens here. But Charles, he handles that ball so well for a big guy. He just rips it out of there and tries to get it to the basket as fast as he can.
The best thing that happened is he got another foul on Michael Jordan. That's 2 on Jordan. Barkley now. Double teamed. The open man, Hinson. Roy Hinson. Wingate, Jordan on him. Wingate tries to go behind the basket. Now you might see something.
Oh. Just a little juke fake in there.
Guess it's like the old shell game. Guess which hand I'm going to shoot with. No basket, but a foul. Here we have a look at it again. He sort of drifts along.
Well, there's nothing like that little stutter step that Michael used there. Just control of the basketball. Great move.
2:33 to play here in the first half. The Bulls 49, the Sixers 45. And to look at Michael Jordan from the free throw line.
He doesn't seem to be as dominating a player tonight as he was in Chicago, for example. Of course, he has had the flu, and the last couple of games have not been good for Michael.
Yeah, he's been troubled by that stomach flu, and his point production has been in the high 20s.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Toney over Paxson, yes.
You see that bump in there, though, Jim? The way players learn how to get their opponent off balance by that little offensive bump.
Two minutes remaining in the quarter.
A little shake and bake that time, and in and out. Charles Oakley with a rebound. Banks with a rebound. Bulls are getting a lot of chances, and the Sixers miss an opportunity there, and finally Barkley comes out with it.
And look out for this.
Bodies are flying everywhere. And a whistle, and what's going to happen here? We've got Banks.
It's like a bowling alley.
We got Banks down at the free throw line, and Paxson and Oakley were down in each corner.
Really, Charles looks like he just knocks over everybody. I'm not sure who fouled him.
In any case, here we go from the free throw line. The foul that time going to be credited to Gene Banks. Michael Brown coming back in. He'll play defensive tackle. Boy, they got some big guys. Here's another one.
One of the another problem the Bulls have whenever they play against a team that has a lot of beef, teams with bigger players, Boston, for example. Of course, Boston gives everyone trouble. But when they have big, beefy lineups, the Bulls really have trouble with that type of team.
The Bulls got the beef. They just don't have the guys that can go up in the air with it. You know, you mentioned Oakley, and whoa, look at that dribble by Jordan, but he doesn't make the shot. In fact, that ball is on a string.
You know, two thin players. They've gone to more of a beef lineup.
Little stutter step. Barkley with the steal. Wingate. And a Sixer lead. 53-51. And a 20-second timeout.
And you see the way this game works. You have to run the fast break. You have to be able to get out on the break. Here's a good example. When you get the steal, you end up getting the advantage. See how slow the Bulls are getting back on the defense? That gives the Sixers a numbers advantage.
Gene Banks out front with it. He played a lot of point forward for the Bulls last year, and forcing the foul and making the shot was Jordan. He got his man up in the air, took the contact, and then flipped it in.
And that's what you call concentration. Say, like Michael Jordan, he figures he can make the basket. Once he hears the whistle, he's going to find some way to throw it at the ball, throw it at the basket. So he's able to get it down. Remarkable shot.
And with that remarkable move, he has a chance now, and does, to put the Bulls in the lead again. 54-53, 26 seconds to play, 17 now for Jordan.
Now, on these one-on-one situations, when there's an isolation, what the teams want to do is force the player to a certain area, like to the left.
Barkley,
not to the right.
He is fouled at 7 seconds to play in the half. Barkley able to penetrate and draw the foul.
The reason I said to the left, Jim, is because there were like three Sixer players isolated on the left side of the court. So you want to force to your strength, not where they want to isolate. So in that case, Banks forced him to the wrong spot.
Granville Waiters in the game for the Bulls. Barkley will have another one. And Perry Young comes in to replace Banks.
For Gene Banks.
Now Perry Young must be a good shooter. Doug has put him in the lineup, taking out Banks. In this situation with 7 seconds to go, you want to have good shooters in there for possibility of a three-point shot.
Banks also has 3 fouls, so you don't want him to pick up a cheapie with seconds left. Jordan threw everybody, and he's fouled. There's the great respect that you have for Michael Jordan. How many other players in the league would draw double-team traffic with 2 seconds to go, shooting from 30 feet?
And so what did he do? He just dribbled right through the traffic. No problem. You know, with 7 seconds to go on the clock, he figures, you know, just give me the ball, I can get a shot. Which he did.
And the respect that he earns with all that traffic gets him to the free throw line. Roy Hinson commits the foul for the Sixers. And that's 3 on Hinson. So the play here by Jordan will give the Bulls the lead at the end of the half. Chicago 56, the 76ers 54 as we conclude the first half. John Paxson, Brad Sellers, Dave Corzine as Jordan fires long range. Charles Oakley rounds out the starting 5. Jordan gets him started right away.
A well-designed play, just Jordan breaking off a screen on the baseline, but he's the guy that can finish it.
Same way they started the ball game. Jordan popped out, got the open jump shot. Barkley, room, scores.
It's amazing to me that Charles Barkley, when he's so far out on the floor, the defensive player gives him room and Charles still beats the player.
Bulls by 2. Corzine, the touch pass, and there's Jordan floating around underneath.
And what you can't do when a player comes to a front position, you can't let the ball swing back to the middle. That's what creates the lob.
Good pass by Corzine, who was looking Jordan all the way. Barkley left-handed, no. Corzine the rebound, packs in the ball. Sixers look like they're on the verge of letting these Bulls get another 7-8 point lead, which was the story throughout much of the first half. Jordan misses, but Oakley another rebound. That's 8 in the game for him. And there's Jordan all alone.
And that was just a defensive breakdown. Andrew had sort of taken off, thought that the rebound would go the other way. Jordan was wide open under the hoop.
He just drifts away from everybody here.
What happened in this situation, Andrew thought that his teammates had the rebound, and so he had taken off, and that created that situation.
2:59, Chicago. Bulls have lost 3 in a row, but 2 of them have been against the Celtics. There's a bank shot by Jordan, and he's fouled, and Andrew Toney having some troubles now, staying with Michael Jordan, and Jordan has got 27 in the game.
See, now he just works off a simple screen to get the ball. What he does his damage once he catches it. Now Andrew really played good position defense. He did have his arm down low, and that's why the foul was called. But you get away with those fouls if you make contact with a player down low, as long as the referee can't see what you're doing up top.
Guess they're just going to keep it going there. Jordan finally misses one here, but a solid rebound by Oakley, and there's Jordan again.
And that was what you call a muscle rebound. I mean, he just, with his strength, just ripped that ball away.
Jordan with the ball had a very quiet first half for him. He had 19. He now has 30. And there's 8:50 to go here in the third quarter. Here he goes again. Another miss. That's 2 misses anyway for Michael Jordan. What kind of defensive player is he, Gene, in your opinion?
He's a good defensive player. In other words, he has all the skills. He's really an all-round basketball player. There isn't anything he can't do. And for the most part, most players that play offense should be good defensive players.
Bulls got rid of a couple who weren't last year, and George Gervin and Kyle Macy. In fact, the Bulls really did turn their team over. Wingate working on Jordan, will get to the line. That's the 3rd foul on Jordan.
And Jordan had pretty good defensive position, but he just used his hand there to try to, to get the steal or get a deflection, and that's what created the foul. Outstanding offensive player and really can play defense. He's good overplaying.
Here's a travel by Jordan. Well, Woolridge, as you recall, was negotiating his contract during the offseason, and that probably was the main factor. Rumblings, though, last year that he and Jordan couldn't quite see eye to eye on the floor, in that Woolridge needs a lot of the basketball himself.
It's true, but I mean, there's enough there for 2 players.
Here's a steal by Paxson on the bad pass by Barkley. (67-64), and here's one out of bounds off the hands of Corzine from Sellers. Here's Barkley. Wow. He just showed the ball, windmilled a while, and just rammed it home, and Charles now has 19. The Bulls want a timeout. The Sixers go on top, 68-67. 6:54 to play, third quarter. I'm Jim Barniak, along with Gene Shue, and we'll be back after this. Michael Jordan, the story in the second half for the Bulls. as he has piled up 11 points already. He doesn't get it here, but watch this.
And this is where Oakley just shows his brute strength. Of course, Michael's going to be somewhere close around the basket. Excellent pass in there, but it's great to have a player like Jordan who can finish that ball off.
How about that game last year? You know, he averaged 47 points a game in the playoffs. Three games, 3 losses against the Celtics. Bad news for the Sixers here is apparently the aggravated ankle of Cliff Robinson has swelled up, and he is done for the night. So Robinson joins Kenny Green and Julius Erving, who are not even suited up, on the bench with ankle injuries, who will no longer play. And Cliff really gave the Sixers a good head start tonight with an excellent first quarter. Short with it is Jordan.
That was an interesting rotation. Michael Jordan ended up with a wide open shot. Maybe that's the solution. Let him be open before you do anything.
Sixers by 1 with the ball. Wingate has it. Goes right by Jordan.
He is hitting it tonight.
And he's wrestling Charles Barkley inside. Hinson is going to have to come on strong here in the second half as the Sixers are running out of bodies in the front court. Paxson challenging Cheeks. Tipped up and followed up by Jordan, and it almost looked like he was waiting for that miss, anticipating it, and he was ready to leap on it.
He was. He was.
Like a bass as the bait hits the water.
Charles Oakley.
A bass. Do people still catch them? I remember.
Oh, I do. I love it.
See, Paxson, this is a good 2-on-1 break. Cheeks tries to do the best he can, but Jordan's there to get the rebound. They used to have all kinds of bass in the Chesapeake Bay. I don't think you can catch them anymore.
Well, I'm talking largemouth bass, freshwater fish.
Oh, you're a real professional, huh?
Turnover 76ers, they're 8. Oakley again, but not this time, and Hinson the rebound. Hinson's got tender ankles too.
What is it with all these ankles?
Isn't it amazing? 3 players on your team out with ankle injuries. Barkley off the glass.
That's a good move. That angle shot, about 45 degrees. That's the place you should shoot it.
72-71 as the intensity starting to heat up here. Corzine. Sellers tries the glass, no. The follow-up by Oakley, no. And Charles Barkley just cleans the rebound from everybody. To Cheeks.
You fear for your life when you see him rumbling down the court.
Great assist for Charles. Jordan, though, right back. Well, he'll test our score sheet. Got it right small in his column. 34 points now.
It looks like he's going to have a 50-point night.
Good. I win the pool.
Oh, you do?
I have 50. Wingate, no. Paxson on the break.
Michael showing that he can also pass. He's not one-dimensional. And they have a lot of guards. So they have 6 guards, of course, on the team. That's a lot of guards out of your 12 players.
Another 2 for Jordan.
Always open, isn't he? No matter what, the guy's always open. He's a master at reading screens and breaking open when he can receive the pass. A lot of players are open, but they don't break open at the right time.
Cheeks lucky he didn't get called for a travel, a jump ball, the result of it here. We'll try to go to Oakley, right? Nope, don't get the tap. Cheeks wins the tap. Wingate. David Wingate. Here's Jordan.
Oh,
what a nice pass to Bennett Salvatore.
Bennett should have taken it and put it in.
Salvatore wide open on the break.
He doesn't know how to handle the break. That guy needs coaching.
Look at Graves. McCormick.
The Seattle duo. Okay, coach. Michael Jordan gets it again. That's the only play you have to know. Where does Michael catch it?
Michael Brown pops out to catch it. Gene Banks with it. Sixers by 3. Almost a throwaway. Here's Paxson. Inside position and the follow-up by Oakley.
Yeah, see that Oakley, he has a chance to position himself. That was a result of a double team, and we've talked about offensive rebounding when teams double team.
The NBA's second leading rebounder with 11 boards now. Reigns has it go off his hands. The breakaway to Jordan, who beautifully throws it to Oakley, blocked by Barkley. Oakley in one direction, Barkley in the other, and a foul called on Charles Barkley, and the crowd does not approve.
He tried to do a Michael Jordan, but he can't jump like Michael Jordan. So this is a good pass by Banks and a fine pass by Jordan. But now he should be able to get this in. But Charles is so good back there.
This is his first game for the Bulls tonight. Wonder how it feels going in for Jordan. Sixers 82, Bulls 80. Paxson is short with it. Michael Brown and Barkley fighting for the rebound. You see who won that battle. And the human outlet pass takes it right down the middle of McCormick.
That was one of those, let's dribble through everybody that we can, and then pass it to whoever's open.
Being made here. Paxson has 2 turnovers in the same game.
Can you believe this, Jim? Pretty soon the officials will be calling for the ball.
Barkley in heavy traffic makes the shot, and he wants, where's my foul? He yells at Billy Oates.
And you see what happens to the Bulls when Michael Jordan is on the bench. See what Cheeks has done in this play. See, most teams, they need that point guard to set up their offense. So Cheeks, he knows that. He just goes out and does a great job overplaying.
He has made it tough for Paxson.
And now a secondary player has it, Banks. And see, that's good defense.
He must have heard you because he looked pretty good going down the middle there, and he gets the bucket. 4 seconds left. Wingate will have to fire it. Wingate almost. And at the end of 3, in what is shaping up as a real exciting tussle here, the Sixers 86 and the Chicago Bulls 82. 82. Earlier this season, these 2 teams met at Chicago Stadium. The score was, I think, 84-84 in a pretty close tussle. And then the Bulls just blew the Sixers right off the floor. Hickson.
That's some kind of great pass. Not a recommended pass for a young player. Getting up off the ground, leaving your feet, and then trying to find a player. You usually want to find a player while you're under control.
Corzine double teamed. He almost throws it away. Perry Young with it. Short. Barkley another rebound. 16 boards for Barkley. Charles got to do something with it. Follows his own miss. So a rebound and a bucket for Charles.
He's going to show Mike Brown some moves that he has not seen in Italy, I'll tell you that.
Michael Jordan has got a lot of the attention tonight. He's helped fill the building, that's for sure. But this man here hasn't exactly taken a back seat. Charles Barkley.
Yes, the double coverage. Of course, Charles is an excellent basketball player. So when he goes up in the air, he has that ability to be able to find a player. Now, the interesting thing here is when Charles misses the shot, he's going to be relentless. He's going to stay with it. So his only thought on his mind when he misses, he's going back after the ball. Michael Brown was not ready for that. The other interesting thing here with the Bulls, they only turn the ball over a little over 15 times a game, but the opposition only turns the ball over 15 times a game, so they don't create any turnovers with their defense.
Gene Banks guarded by Danny Brains, and expect to see a lot of Michael Jordan.
You just saw a lot of Michael Jordan.
He just took whatever I was going to say right out of my mouth. I forget even what I was going to say. Watch this. Incredible.
Yeah. Michael Jordan shooting.
See now, even though he was bumped, when he shot the ball, I mean, what concentration. He's still thinking, I'm going to make the shot. See, some players, when they get fouled, and there are a whole bunch of players like this, they get fouled, they don't even think about making the basket. They figure, well, I'm going to the line. Michael always thinks about 3.
39 points for Jordan. Danny Brains, the extra step, the good look. Barkley the rebound. Barkley the shot. And that is the story at the other end.
It's the hidden ball trick. He had it with his right hand.
Watch the Barkley rebound. He's not even in good position.
No, he pushes people out of the way. You know, Charles, he gets away with murder, as a matter of fact. But he just makes the right shoves and pushes and then just finds a way to get it in.
Not too shabby a night for Barkley, 28 points. Sixers have that 9-point spread again. Here's Barkley with Oakley guarding him. And a foul called. Charles has that great sense of taking those slow steps, and then when he spots daylight, the quick step. Here you'll see an example.
Technical foul, Gene Banks.
Rather concerned, Doug Collins begins to fret here. One more for Barkley.
Charles does not like to miss anything, does he?
He's missing a sneaker.
Yeah, but someone will win that contest.
96-87. Banks to Jordan. Oh, brother.
What a player to watch.
Now you see it, now you don't. Now you count it.
How would you like to be a defensive player, Jim, and after your career is over and you say, oh yeah, I played Michael Jordan, I held him to 50 a game. And be thought of as a defensive player.
Discussion now over whether we're shooting or inbounding here.
Yeah, do you remember when Wilt was averaging 50 a game?
Yep. Yep, that was back in 61-62.
Shooting fadeaway jump shots.
That will never be broken, that record. That's in there with the Joe DiMaggio 56-game job.
Now, you don't think anybody will break that?
50 a game? Not
56.
Today's game.
Hitting in 56 straight games?
Nope. There's a block in there as the Bulls put a little defensive pressure on. Nobody will hit the 56 games again. And there's Brains, but he travels
the ball once you swat it out of bounds.
96-89 with 8:22 to play, and Jordan rings home another one.
The old professional shove. That's how he got open. He bumped Wingate on the baseline, was able to break free.
If ever a group of ankles needed an all-star break, the Sixers have them. Jordan from left field that time. Barkley just bowls over Banks to Tony. And the Sixers 100, the Bulls 91, and 100-93, 6:23 to go. Spin move there by Banks, and he loses it in traffic, and McCormick scoops it up. To Tony, the open jumper. Boy, Oakley really has a knack for the ball off that glass.
It's hard to be trying your spin move when you're in traffic.
14 boards for Oakley. Jordan, high and in.
Michael Jordan.
We're in the 40s now for him, well in there. 45 points for Michael Jordan. 45 of the 95. The Sixers want a timeout here to regroup for the final 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Sixers on top, 100-95. We're coming back after this. 9 as we watch a missed shot here, and there goes Charles. Don't get in my way, Barkley.
He does. He just runs over people.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't show you a little Michael J.
Well, that is some body control, Jim.
For most points by a visiting player, he's only got one more to beat Bob McAdoo's record of 46 points.
And Chicago hasn't won here in a long, long time, have they?
Wow, Barkley is not happy now with Oakley. Those two guys,
they would like to go at each other.
It's been a trade-off, you know. At each end of the floor, one or the other has taken a shot. And this time, Oakley gets it in. We're talking heavyweights here.
I think right here, I think Charles was saying, I'd like a little piece of you. Happy to take a little piece of Charles Oakley.
He is a rather ornery fellow, though, that Oakley.
Yeah.
I mean, he started out from the opening tap tonight, making sure nobody got near him.
His sister, little Annie, was the good one in the family.
The Bulls hanging right in there. Sixers can't afford to let up. It's 102-97. And no lead really is too comfortable with Jordan around. Here goes that matchup again. It's Barkley and Oakley, and Barkley gets the best of it this time.
Saying the Bulls have decided that they're not going to double him, but I mean, Oakley really can't handle Charles Barkley.
Charles with 33.
The Bulls are going to have to change their strategy and start doubling.
Oops. 33 is supposed to open your eyes, but the Bulls got a guy with 45. And a 3-second violation on Oakley.
This looks like a two-man game with Charles Barkley and Andrew Toney.
Backdoor alley-oop. Wow. That was the in-your-face foul move. Look at it again.
And that was a set call. Andrew Toney, you know, a little signal by Andrew Toney and Charles Barkley. Great play.
That's got the capacity crowd on its feet. And on the floor goes Oakley again. This time he drags Andrew Toney down with him. Crowd really enjoying this game. They've got what they wanted. The Sixers in the lead and lots of entertainment. Charles again. Stepped out of bounds. Good call. Bennett Salvatore right there. We could see it from our vantage point.
Charles, when he makes that move to the baseline, he's able to just wrap his arm around his opponent. Once he gets the step, he just shoves the defensive player out of the way.
Good backdoor move. Whoa, Jordan missed the shot, but keeping it alive is Oakley, and he's fouled. Here's Grains. That's as heavy a traffic as you can find. Barkley trying to fight it in there. Grains picks it up. Give Charles Barkley credit, though, for keeping it alive.
And a good hustle play by Danny Grains.
Toney breaks around the screens. It's getting very physical in there right now, especially with Oakley and Barkley right there. A foul by Oakley as Barkley made the great move, and in a frustration, Oakley, all he could do was shove off.
We've talked about this so many times before. You cannot, when you're playing a player like Barkley, you can't have contact with him because he's just going to roll off of you. He has great strength, great quickness. So when you play a player like Barkley, you have to have contact, force him out, and then take a step back. And then as he makes his move, make contact with him again.
5 fouls on Oakley, and I think a pretty tired Barkley at the free throw line.
I wonder, Jim, why he's so tired.
At 111, 103. Under 2 minutes now. Barkley dribbles around Banks, has it blocked in there, and another whistle. And this time the foul called on Corzine.
Teams over the limit. Charles Barkley shooting 2.
It is remarkable that Charles, of course, he has such control of the basketball. He's always under control with the ball, but the ability to be able to get to the baseline as often as he does. He made a good fake, just keeping the ball. It's certainly an advantage when you can handle that basketball.
Charles Barkley's career high, 41. Right now, 37. (113-103). Three-point shot. Jordan, no. Rebound Cheeks. He slaps it out, and he's going to be fouled. And suddenly, this one has popped open in the Sixers' favor. 115-103. Jordan, he's there for a two-pointer.
Doug wanted 3 on that. Doug wants the 50, I believe. He must have 50 also.
Personal foul, Dave Corzine.
Jordan has 47, matching the number that he posted when the Sixers last played this team out in Chicago.
Of course, Barkley has been creating a lot of those free throws with doing a lot of the penetrating and getting fouled.
Three-pointer, nope. Cheeks has Tony, but elects to pull it up and take the safer route with the clock in the Sixers' favor now. No need to gamble on anything. Michael Jordan trying to grab the ball, come up with a steal, fouls Andrew Tony.
His 4th. Teams over the limit.
But Barkley has a chance to, speaking of numbers, creep toward his career high. He's 3 points away from his career high of 41. 1:06 to go. Sixers looking good. I think maybe he does know how many points he has.
That's where players learn how to count by knowing how many they score.
Barkley with a block on Corzine.
Loose ball foul, Dave Corzine.
Barkley and Jordan do their thing, and they saw their team, the Sixers, win a ball game. Michael Jordan turned around, didn't have a shot, decided to hang in the air a while and fired one up. That gives Barkley another opportunity to pursue that career high. He's struggling. 2 guys that are scoring 40-plus points on the same score sheet here. I have no idea what's going on. Cheeks with a block.